KENBALLER with all those LD Nat 5s. Can POPOPANDA respond?
And we have 3 red stars versus 2 red stars here. KENBALLER being at the very upper end of the ladder and POPOPANDA not being at the upper end of the ladder. We see the Ragdoll pre-ban first, which is quite interesting here. Usually I would expect a Patter pre-ban being quite strong, but again, this probably has to do with the fact that POPOPANDA does have first pick, anticipating he's going to get that Hathor off here.
Yep, well, there's the pre-bans now. POPOPANDA with the first pick, bringing in Fran.
And I think Fran is perfectly fine because he knows that he has pre-banned Ragdoll. Patter is on the other side, so Hathor becomes a lot less valuable. I do agree with that. Solid first pick by POPOPANDA. We're going to see KENBALLER oblige. Take that Hathor. I think Okeanos is a little early from KENBALLER because it is 2 very heavy control units on one side in your first 2 picks.
Exactly, just 2 very heavy control units coming from KENBALLER. Does have that reset. POPOPANDA with that first pick of Fran, looking to respond towards both of these control units.
And so at this point, POPOPANDA can go with some sort of a Daphnis Josephine. He can either go the Daphnis route or he can go the Josephine route. Either or is okay here. It decides to go with the slower route, goes with the Verd and the Josephine. Might even be a triple revenge Verd. Most likely not a triple revenge Verd, just wants more turns. Vigor, great pick into Vertihile here, and also gives him a little bit of speed, healing, kind of a bit of everything. We'll see what KENBALLER picks last. He's missing a little bit of immunity, but at the same time, I think it's okay without it, given the fact that he has anti-crit from the Vigor.
Yeah, I'm curious if that Vertihile was something that he really wanted to draft. You saw it go in, you saw it go out. Sometimes it might be a fat finger. We're going to find out, though. Vertihile's not a bad unit, though, but KENBALLER is going to be responding with that Vigor and a Ciara.
Yeah, the question with the Vertihile so early is the fact that POPOPANDA was hesitating because he knew there's an Okeanos on the field here, so there's a very high chance that that Vertihile might never move, and if a Verd never moves, it doesn't do a lot. It doesn't add a lot to the table here. KENBALLER takes that Ciara, even though a Verd's already on the table. Verd's usually quite good into Ciara, but that just speaks to the value of additional damage artifacts on Ciara.
Oh, Chiwu, Savannah, wrapping up POPOPANDA's draft. Very strong units to be paired up together, the Chiwu and the Savannah. KENBALLER's got one last pick here.
Interesting pick of the Chiwu Savannah. If the Chiwu were to be banned out, POPOPANDA doesn't really have an AoE or a really good stripper. Does have that Savannah. At the same time, without Savannah, there really isn't a ton of burst, but there also is that Vertihile. So one of the 2 last picks is going to be the ban. KENBALLER goes with that Leo here. Interesting choice. So I think Vertihile or Chiwu is going to be the ban. Most likely the Verd.
I think most likely the Verd as well. You just don't let Verd through after drafting a Leo here. He's going to be letting that Savannah through after drafting that Leo. So ban probably coming out onto Verd. Curious what POPOPANDA is going to be banning here.
And that makes it, that's the ban that makes the most sense. Vertihile does go out, Vigor does go out. At that point, POPOPANDA does have a Chiwu and a Savannah, so if Savannah is able to go off, it is a lot of damage, but at this point, POPOPANDA does lack some burst here.
Yeah, probably going to be seeing a speed lead coming out of POPOPANDA, accuracy or resistance lead out of KENBALLER, more than likely going to be that accuracy lead.
We'll see here. We do know Leo will take first turn, so if POPOPANDA does not have will, his turn order could be disrupted.
Well, speed leads for both teams, guys. We've got our exciting match ahead. POPOPANDA versus KENBALLER. This is anyone's game. Leo taking first turn, not getting the attack bar pushback onto that Chiwu. Chiwu going for the full strip attack bar pushback onto KENBALLER's team.
Super unlucky not to get that. At this point, Fran's going to be able to throw up attack buff, and Savannah's going to be able to chop down with defense breaks here.
There it is, Savannah. Attack buffed as well, looking to apply some serious defense breaks on the entire team of KENBALLER, not receiving it onto the Okeanos, though. And Josephine possibly looking to control this, the Hathor, not getting that kind of control.
Not getting that kind of control. At the same time, this Okeanos does have skill too, but there are 3 buffs on each side.
Ooh, Spirit Devastation does land. Not the strip, though, but the reset onto the Savannah. And we still have the second skill from Hathor, but do have the passive of the Josephine.
Does miss, but at this point does shake off defense break, which is huge. Super lucky by that Okeanos to land.
And the bomb does get resisted on top of that. Savannah not looking good for KENBALLER. Things are not working out his way right now. Can he at least violent proc out of that defense break, and doesn't even do that.
But at the same time, KENBALLER does not have defense breaks on anything except for the Leo here. So if KENBALLER can keep that Leo up, or if that Leo stays alive long enough, he does have a chance to come back.
Yeah, great additional turn coming from POPOPANDA there. You can see that massive attack buff damage coming out of Chiwu onto the Leo, the defense broken Leo, and then we have a stun. That's going to put it in torrent range. That means POPOPANDA's got to get rid of this unit. He does get that stun, but obviously the additional turns and shields come out from the Josephine, and we don't have a stun on to this Leo.
No stun on Leo, and Leo is in torrent range. POPOPANDA not doing enough damage on this Josephine.
That is right, primed and ready. Bomb's going to come out onto a sleeping unit. Who's going to be eating this bomb here?
It's going to be likely that Savannah and just working that Chiwu here. We're going to see a torrent goes, misses
Bomb
completely.
gets resisted once again with that beautiful didn't go accuracy lead, he went speed lead instead. Maybe he's paying for that one here. We've got an ignore defense torrent coming out here. Massive torrent damage right onto the Fran, eliminating this unit.
49k of damage here, but at the same time, this Chiwu is going to turn around and attack this Leo, and it's going to be even 3-3.
Yep, Chiwu finishing off the Leo. Bomb is going to be coming out. No more sustained for POPOPANDA, except having those Josephine's shields.
At this point here, KENBALLER needs a Seer to tee off. I think you really need to be going after that Savannah. Savannah does do a lot of damage, but if he can maintain control and Josephine doesn't proc enough, KENBALLER is also in a good spot with 2 AoE controllers.
Yep, taking advantage of that Josephine now that the passive is up. Bomb does land on the sleeping Josephine. Okeanos possibly going for a reset.
I think Okeanos saves the reset, decides to go for the reset on Savannah, so target change here.
Yep, target change here for sure. And we've got Ciara gaining the additional turns. Bomb is going to be coming out onto the Savannah. He could detonate this bomb here, or he may just let it go.
Just lets it go, but does not down the Savannah.
Oh, but the additional turn from Savannah ended up erupting, knocking it right off the beast.
Not getting the attack break on the Savannah, but probably doesn't matter. The Sierra does so much damage with these artifacts.
That's right, massive damage coming to that first kill from Savannah. Maybe some attack bar pushback coming out of the Chiwu, and does push a little bit of attack bar. Savannah looking to finish off the Ciara, not doing it just yet. We do have the passive up on top of this Josephine. Goes for the sleep, and I was wrong. There is no passive up on Josephine.
Josephine is asleep here. This bomb's going to go on Josephine, auto attack on the Savannah, and POPOPANDA is going to go down 0-1.
And there it is, uses that first attack on the Savannah, dropping this unit here, looking very good for KENBALLER. Here comes the AoE stuns, and there you have it. KENBALLER taking round 1 away from POPOPANDA.
I mean, what a solid draft from KENBALLER here, going with that Sierra, that Okeanos, that Hathor. Lots of aggression there. Really like his draft.
Yeah, POPOPANDA had it at the very beginning, able to resist the attack bar pushback from Leo, and we thought POPOPANDA had a great start to that match. KENBALLER was able to work through it, getting some additional turns in there. Bombs finally landing for him. Maybe picking up that accuracy lead next time, but we'll see.
And that Leo taking a lot of damage, almost got laid out early, but that because of that Josephine not being well ruined enough, was not able to take out that Leo.
There you have it.
We're going to see a pre-ban from POPOPANDA on that pattern. We already know that KENBALLER has that unit. Everyone in the world knows he has that unit. POPOPANDA is going to take that out. The question is, what does KENBALLER pre-ban? Most likely, I would say a Hathor, given the fact that he took out Ganymede first round, but it could also be something like a Fran if he decides to go that route.
Yep, well, pre-bans from last time. Ganny Ragdoll, as you're saying, the pattern should be the pre-ban coming from POPOPANDA as well. KENBALLER looking to pre-ban a unit as well.
Yeah, KENBALLER here. I think this delay here is on KENBALLER as he's thinking through the 4th and 5th picks. What does he want to take out? Takes out that Chiwu, clearly indicating that he is thinking deep into the draft. His first pick should be on this Hathor, or it should be a Hathor, but it could be a Ganny as well. Definitely not going to give POPOPANDA that Ganny-Hathor combination.
Yep, you nailed the pattern as well. Obviously, pattern is going to be the pre-ban. Chiwu getting pre-banned here. KENBALLER with the first pick. He's looking at a Hathor and does select this Hathor as his first pick. POPOPANDA looking to respond with 2 other units, splitting the Ganny Hathor and going with a Fran. Very safe draft from both.
Yeah, Ganny Fran very safe here. Also, Chiwu is not on the board, which makes Fran just that much better. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Daphnis coming from KENBALLER or an Okeanos. I mean, we saw him first pick Hathor and Okeanos last time, so Okeanos is very good into both of these units. So I think we're going to see some combination of that, or even like a Sierra Oki, Sierra Daphnis. And I guess Ragdoll's also fine. None of these picks decides he doesn't want Sierra and goes with a Vanessa instead.
Yep, not trying to dig in POPOPANDA's box at all, bringing out the Ragdoll and the Vanessa. You know, it's a little bit of a flex right now. He could have stole units, chooses to flex.
And by not taking the Okeanos, he's given his opponent the Ganny Oki lockdown, which is quite scary. He does have that Ragdoll on his table, which does make it awkward for the Okeanos user. But at the same time, POPOPANDA does have a ban, so he can just simply ban that Ragdoll from the table.
That's right, double reset, no immunity for KENBALLER here. Savannah, very strong pick from POPOPANDA right next to that Okeanos. KENBALLER looking at a Josephine himself. And a Molly. We're going to see the Molly coming out of KENBALLER.
I actually really like this Molly pick at this point in the draft. We saw Molly go 0-5 yesterday. Molly didn't take a single point. But in this one here, if Savannah is removed, POPOPANDA might not have enough gas in the tank.
Whoa, POPOPANDA has an ISIS. Is this our first ISIS in SWC?
This is our first ISIS. We've seen an ISIS flashed before, but we haven't seen one dropped. We just saw one drop. That is a unit we haven't seen. ISIS has the ability to block the passes of units with skill 3 here. Skill 2, the same thing as Hathor's. It's a light unit, so it doesn't get resisted easily. So I really like that pick from POPOPANDA.
We're going to be seeing the ISIS. That's a fantastic pick coming from POPOPANDA. Resistance lead coming up for KENBALLER. Maybe he can resist the ISIS here and find out how good this unit actually is. We're going to find out as we're going into round 2 with POPOPANDA and KENBALLER. First turn coming out with POPOPANDA with a very fast Okeanos. Okeanos looking for a reset onto the Hathor. Does land that reset onto Hathor. Hathor going for the attack break onto the Okeanos.
And KENBALLER needs to land this on the ISIS. Once ISIS goes off, KENBALLER's team is going to be very squishy.
Opt to go for the Fran instead, getting the attack buff and immunity with this Fran. Second skill. Nope, chooses the first skill, looking for the strip onto Savannah. Once again, looking for the strip onto Savannah. Savannah being a unit of choice for KENBALLER right now.
Interesting choice there. Makes a lot of sense, though. But ISIS is going to be able to go off, and KENBALLER's units become absolutely squishy at this point here with
And there is
Oblivions
zero resistance whatsoever. Everyone's going to get Oblivioned here, except the Hathor, the only unit not to have a passive on this field.
Yeah, what a pick here. There is no Molly passive. There is no Ragdoll passive. KENBALLER's team is basically a sitting duck.
Exactly. Savannah doing away with that Ragdoll. ISIS showing how powerful she is. This unit does not need a buff when it is chosen in a perfect time.
And this was the perfect time. What a great pick from POPOPANDA. KENBALLER at this point probably staring at disbelief as his team disappears in front of him. He is not going to be taking too many turns here. He should be thinking about game 3, and we might see that pre-ban going on to ISIS.
And there is ISIS putting in all of this work. Molly once again staying true to the record that she has in SWC.
That is true. Molly will not be picking up a win here, and this ISIS will be at 100% win rate. So very strong unit. Great pick again from POPOPANDA. POPOPANDA enjoying this moment here in KENBALLER losing that match.
Yep, going into round 2, guys. Well done, POPOPANDA. Guys, we're going to have a game 3 with KENBALLER and POPOPANDA.
What a game. I really like that pick. I mean, that was just super innovative. We don't get to see that unit ever. I don't think we even saw that last year. I mean,
Nope,
what a great pick.
Didn't see it. Definitely didn't see it.
And KENBALLER had this draft later on, but everything had passives. POPOPANDA saw that, decided that this was the perfect pick, and it absolutely was.
It really was. So you can see the pre-bans from last time. We knew that pad was going to be pre-banned, and KENBALLER going with that Chiyo. I think we're going to see something a little different. Maybe even see an ISIS, and we don't. We see a Ganny and Ragdoll getting pre-banned in this match.
So in this situation, we just know that without the ISIS pre-ban, that KENBALLER is definitely not going to be taking Mollies and a ton of passive units. It's on his radar now. At the same time, Ragdoll's gone, so the ISIS doesn't necessarily do as much.
That is correct. Well, POPOPANDA going with a Hathor this time around. KENBALLER looking to respond. Can't take this Ganny. Ganny uses pre-ban. He goes with an Okeanos and possibly a Fran.
Makes a lot of sense here. Okeanos from KENBALLER, very well ruined. Goes with the Patter. Patter also makes a lot of sense here. Patter taking a Patter in this spot means that KENBALLER's 3 next picks are a lot stronger. We know the Patter is coming into the draft at any point anyways. So he decides to take it to make his next 3 picks stronger.
Yep, that's right. Showing that Patter early, he's showing what POPOPANDA potentially wants to ban, where he can then surprise him with 3 other units. Fran getting picked by POPOPANDA along with this Vertiheal, and we saw it in this first match.
And I would like to see some sort of aggression from KENBALLER's side, either a Daphnis or some way to do some damage here. KENBALLER's a little damage light, also does not really have major heals aside from Patter, so KENBALLER really needs to take his time to think about it. If he had a Barbara, it would be great to take a Barbara here, but unfortunately does not. Takes a different water unit. Vigor, great pick. The anti-crit, and of course, speed lead from Vanessa.
Yep, Vigor and Vanessa for KENBALLER. POPOPANDA looking to respond after seeing these 2 units to wrap up his draft.
At this point here, that Vigor is going to provide a very, very good counter to that Vertiheal, that anti-crit, and also just being able to apply defense break on another unit. It's just a 3-turn defense break. It's very strong. POPOPANDA going highly aggressive with that Daphnis and that Savannah.
I really like POPOPANDA's draft right now. Daphnis, Savannah, very strong last picks. Let's see what KENBALLER is going to be responding after seeing these 2 high damage units. And we're going to be seeing a Rika coming out of KENBALLER, and that might say a ban on top of the Fran.
We're going to see a ban on the Fran, and we're going to see a ban on the Vanessa. That's what the Daphnis Savannah last two picks signify, but I don't think POPOPANDA was expecting this Rika, because even if Vanessa's banned out, KENBALLER is going to be able to establish full control on POPOPANDA's side. POPOPANDA needs to take out this Rika, otherwise Vanessa needs to stay on the field.
And there you go. So the ban on the Fran does happen. Ban on the Rika needed to happen. There's no way that POPOPANDA could have left that unit through. He was way too susceptible to it.
POPOPANDA understood he did not have the burst to take out that Rika. So at this point here, we're going to see KENBALLER with that Vanessa. We'll see how tanky it is, but there's a Daphnis going into a Vanessa.
That is right. Speed lead for KENBALLER. Resistance lead for POPOPANDA. POPOPANDA's got the damage right now. Can KENBALLER make a big move coming into this round? So we have it. Does land that reset onto the Daphnis. Daphnis no longer has Hellfire. Possibly might see a third skill, maybe even a second skill coming out of Vigor.
Huge reset on that Daphnis. Guarantees that, and it's super squishy.
Ooh, very squishy or high damage coming from this Vigor. That's a lot of damage coming towards Daphnis. Daphnis looking to capitalize off that defense break on top of that Okeanos, and does so. Doesn't apply a glancing either. We get the cleanse from this Pada coming out.
And KENBALLER is just looking to stabilize. He is about to take out Daphnis.
With the additional turn as well. Do we even need to see the Wild Blow? And we do. We see the Wild Blow to drop that Daphnis.
Yeah, at this point here, POPOPANDA is on the back foot. Vigor's going to be able to provide anti-crit.
Ooh, misses the strip onto the Vigor.
Big miss, because Vigor has that anti-crit, which is going to slow down Vertihal, but unfortunately for POPOPANDA, Vigor is going to be able to get that off.
Yeah, Vanessa's going to be looking for a defense break on top of the Savannah, hoping to deal as much damage as possible. Does not land that defense break. Vertihal really needs to start cycling, start getting some turns here. POPOPANDA needs to get something running.
Not landing that defense break is huge, but at the same time, Okeanos does have skill 3 up.
Yep, Hathor getting the additional turn, looking for a sleep onto the Okeanos, not receiving it here. And Vertihal looking to pummel more damage into Okeanos. Okeanos going with a rain of stones, looking to stun up all of POPOPANDA's units here, but left the Savannah down, but that's going to be the unit of choice.
Yeah, at this point here, KENBALLER has the protection from the Vanessa, does have heals from the Vigor. There needs to be a miracle to happen in order for POPOPANDA to win, because he does not have enough bursts at the moment.
Wild Blow dealing more damage. Vanessa pummeling more damage into this Savannah. Okeanos not dropping it off of the beast just yet. Can Vigor do it? And he does. No additional turns are coming out here. We may see a reset onto the Hathor, and we do. Vanessa continuing the onslaught on top of Savannah.
And that is a very tanky Vigor. You see that does not take much damage from this Savannah. Things look very much in favor of KENBALLER, and it looks like KENBALLER is going to take this 2-1.
It really is. Hathor's trying everything she can. So many additional turns coming out of Hathor. It just does not matter enough. All the resets are keep going right on top of this Hathor. Hathor cannot capitalize off of any of those defense breaks. It is heavily favored in KENBALLER's side of the field right now. Gets that defense break. That's going to be it for the Savannah, and Vertihal needs to cycle as many turns as possible. Vigor almost dropping here, but we know we've got the Vanessa passive protecting this Vigor. Defense break does land on the Vertihal, pummeling more damage on top of this Verd.
Verd's going to go down. POPOPANDA's chances are down. POPOPANDA's going to be sent to the loser bracket. Going to have a whole week to think about how he could have drafted better to improve his chances of winning.
That is right. Wild Blow coming out onto the Vertihal, dropping this unit. It is just a lonely Hathor, and we get the concede. KENBALLER is going to be taking that round 3 victory over POPOPANDA.